Welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are less than 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. In our main event, Seth Rollins faces Royal Rumble winner CM Punk after surviving a grueling gauntlet last week. Stakes are high as the right to challenge Gunther at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. In the opening qualification match for the Championship Opportunity Tournament, former world champions Damian Priest and Sheamus collide, each looking to take the first step toward a WrestleMania match and a future title opportunity. Sami Zayn and Mike Santana join forces tonight after last week's brutal attack as they look for payback against Moose Nic Nemeth. After last week's backstage assault, Alexa Bliss looks for payback as she steps up to...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 275 pounds, representing the Niger dynasty, he is the ruler, Oba Femi.
Oba Femi marches to the ring with commanding presence, the ruler radiating power and intent as he prepares to dominate Miles Bourne. Every step sends a message. This is a warning to Sheamus and his crew that crossing the Niger dynasty comes with consequences.
And his opponent. From Wilmington, North Carolina, weighing in at 227 pounds, representing the Brawling Crew, Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne makes his way to the ring, with determination etched across his face. The underdog once again ready to defy the odds against the dominant Oba Femi. He's proven he can rise through adversity, and tonight he fights not just for himself, but to deliver a morale-boosting statement win for his crew. Oba Femi comes out swinging with overwhelming power, bulldozing Miles Bourne early. But Bourne refuses to back down as he fights desperately to bring the dominant ruler off his feet. Despite Bourne's effort, Oba overpowers him, using his sheer strength to dominate the action and impose his will on the match. Oba Femi and Miles Bourne collide with thunderous impact, leaving both men down and motionless in the center of the ring. Sheamus and Apollo crews storm in and immediately get into a heated confrontation, the tension boiling over. The referee has seen enough and ejects both men from the arena, restoring order as the match hangs in the balance. After the chaos, the match restarts and Miles Bourne wastes no time taking the fight back to Oba Femi with everything he has. Bourne slips behind the ruler and plants him with the Bourne again and goes for the pin. But Oba powers out at 2 to keep the match alive. Miles Bourne looks ready to finish the job, but Oba Femi battles back to his feet and shuts him down with a crushing counter. The ruler quickly turns the momentum, overwhelming Bourne once again with his unmatched power and taking complete control of the match. Oba then drives Bourne into the mat with the fall from grace and hooks the leg, looking to put this one away.
Here is your winner, Oba Femi.
Oba Femi secures the victory in emphatic fashion, asserting his dominance over Miles Bourne. But the ruler isn't finished, as he drags a steel chair from under the ring with malicious intent. Bourne writhes in pain as the chair crashes down on him, Femi sending a brutal message to anyone who dares stand in his way.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Lexington, Ohio, weighing in at 285 pounds, representing American-made, Brutus Creed.
Brutus Creed storms to the ring with intensity, ready to prove himself against one half of the World Tag Team Champions in Eric. With WrestleMania's blockbuster 4-team ladder match looming, Creed looks to send a powerful message ahead of the title clash.
And his opponent. From Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 247 pounds, representing the War Raiders, he is one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Eric.
Eric makes his way to the ring with focused intensity, determined to showcase the grit and power of a World Tag Team Champion. With WrestleMania's blockbuster 4-team ladder match on the horizon, he looks to gain a crucial psychological edge heading into the title defense. Brutus Creed and Eric come out firing as the action swings back and forth, with both men countering each other at every turn while battling for control of the match. Brutus Creed begins to build momentum, overpowering the tag team champion and taking firm control of the match with his relentless offense. Eric shows exactly why he is a champion, refusing to stay down and battling his way back to the match with sheer determination. he unleashes a relentless string of offense on Brutus Creed, swinging the momentum in his favor and regaining control of the contest. Brutus Creed fires back with a timely counter, stopping Eric's momentum in its tracks and turning the tide of the match. He powers through the comeback attempt and drives Eric hard into the mat with a thunderous slam. Brutus Creed plants Eric into the mat once again with authority, making sure the champion has nothing left in the tank. Brutus then climbs to the top turnbuckle and soars through the air with a devastating Brutus bomb before hooking the leg for the pin.
Here is your winner, Brutus Creed.
Brutus Creed scores a huge momentum win over the tag team champion, sending shockwaves through the division. But Creed isn't finished, as he drags a ladder from under the ring and drives it into Eric with brutal force. He then hoists Eric up and slams him hard onto the ladder, sending a chilling warning to every team ahead of WrestleMania.
The following tag contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the hardcore champion, Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn makes his way to the ring to a strong ovation, having proudly represented WWE with big wins over TNA superstars in recent weeks. After last week's attack by Moose and Nic Nemeth, Zayn now teams with Mike Santana, ready to get payback and settle the score.
And his partner. From Bronx, New York, weighing in at 197 pounds, Mike Santana.
Mike Santana heads to the ring with purpose, still seething after recent issues with Moose and Nic Nemeth back in TNA. After last week's disruptive assault on both him and Sami Zayn, Santana now joins forces with Zayn, looking to exact payback tonight.
And their opponents. First. From Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the wanted man, Nic Nemeth.
Nic Nemeth makes his return to a WWE ring, stepping out with confidence as he teams with Moose against Sami Zayn and Mike Santana. After last week's assault, Nemeth is intent on proving that his message was only the beginning, and tonight he looks to escalate the rivalry in explosive fashion.
And his partner. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 295 pounds, Moose.
Moose storms to the ring with power and purpose, aligning himself with Nic Nemeth as they prepare to clash with Mike Santana and hardcore champion Sami Zayn. The powerhouse is determined to prove that his dominance isn't confined to TNA, but extends firmly into WWE as well. Sami Zayn and Nic Nemeth kick things off for their teams, immediately trading momentum as neither man gives an inch in the opening exchange. The action swings back and forth at a fast pace, with both competitors battling hard to gain the early advantage for their side. Sami Zayn spikes Nic Nemeth with a DDT and quickly tags in Mike Santana to keep the pressure on for his team. But Nemeth recovers just in time, catching Santana with a sudden counter and taking control as he looks to swing the momentum back in his team's favor. Nic Nemeth makes the tag to Moose, and the powerhouse wastes no time piling on the pressure against Mike Santana. Moose overwhelms Santana with a barrage of punishing offense, using his sheer strength to dominate the pace of the match. Moose hooks the leg, looking to finish it, but Santana digs deep and kicks out to stay alive. Moose tags Nemeth back into the match to keep the pressure on Santana, but Santana turns the tide with a timely counter and quickly brings Zayn back in to shift the momentum. Zayn comes in fired up, unloading on Nic Nemeth with a furious burst of offense that quickly puts him on the defensive. Zayn charges into the corner and blasts Nemeth with the hell of a kick before diving into the cover. But just before the 3 count, Moose storms into the ring and breaks up the pin to keep the match alive. After surviving the near fall, Nic Nemeth shifts the momentum in a hurry, turning the tables on Sami Zayn and taking back control with a punishing attack. Nemeth stays on the offensive, wearing Zayn down and keeping him grounded. He then climbs to the top turnbuckle and launches himself through the air, crashing down onto Zayn with a huge elbow drop. Nemeth knocks Santana off the apron to eliminate the threat, then picks Zayn up and drills him with the zigzag before going for the pin.
Here are your winners, Nic Nemeth and Moose.
Moose and Nic Nemeth secure the win tonight, but the assault continues as they retrieve a steel chair from under the ring, intent on inflicting further punishment on Sami Zayn. Just in time, Joe Hendry storms in, seizes the chair, and forces both TNA stars to retreat, saving Zayn from further damage. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce makes his way to the ring with purpose, signaling that a major announcement is imminent. Adam Pearce addresses the chaos surrounding Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria and #1 contender Sol Ruca, making it clear he's had enough of the recent attacks and uncertainty. He wastes no time in dropping a bombshell, announcing a massive 6-woman elimination gauntlet match for the title at WrestleMania. Valkyria will defend against Sol Ruca, Jacy Jayne, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, and Zarya in what promises to be an all-out battle for supremacy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Tokyo, Japan, representing Damage Control, she is the Women's World Champion, the Genius of the Sky, Iyo Sky.
Iyo Sky makes her way to the ring with cold intensity, the Women's World Champion looking to punish Alexa Bliss for backing her WrestleMania challenger, AJ Lee. With a score to settle, Sky is determined to prove that last week's backstage attack was only the beginning of a far more ruthless lesson.
And her opponent. From Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss makes her way to the ring with a focused, determined look, seeking payback after last week's backstage attack by Women's World Champion Iyo Sky. With tensions at a boiling point, Bliss is ready to take the fight straight to the champion tonight. Iyo Sky comes out aggressively at the opening bell, taking the fight straight to Alexa Bliss with bad intentions. The Women's World Champion is determined to make Bliss pay for backing her WrestleMania challenger. Bliss digs deep and fires back with a timely counter, battling her way back into the match against the champion. Bliss starts building momentum with a relentless string of offense, refusing to let Sky stay in control. The pressure from Bliss forces the Women's World Champion onto the back foot. Sky counters and quickly takes Bliss down. Just as Iyo Sky is firmly in control, AJ Lee's music hits, pulling the champion's attention toward the ramp. But there's no sign of her challenger. The momentary distraction proves costly, as Alexa Bliss capitalizes with a quick roll-up to catch Sky off guard for the pin.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss secures a huge upset victory over the Women's World Champion, capitalizing on a timely distraction from AJ Lee to steal the win. We're hearing reports of a commotion in the parking lot. Let's send it backstage and see what's going on. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints launch a vicious ambush on Carmelo Hayes backstage, blindsiding him before he has any chance to prepare. After weeks of escalating issues with Hayes and Trick Williams, Page has clearly recruited Saints to help deliver a brutal message. The 2-on-1 assault quickly overwhelms Hayes as Page and Saints unload with relentless offense in the backstage area. Hayes fights back with everything he has, but the numbers advantage is too much, and he is beaten down under the sustained attack. With Ricky Saints now entering the rivalry, the stakes have just escalated dramatically for Hayes, Trick Williams, Page, and Saints.
The following tag contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton makes her entrance with a confident smile, thrilled that weeks of scheming alongside Liv Morgan have earned her a spot in the WrestleMania Women's Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet match. She teams with Morgan once again tonight against Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley. But with future Gauntlet opponents sharing the ring, tensions are high and anything can happen.
And her partner. From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, representing the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan heads to the ring brimming with confidence after weeks of scheming alongside Tiffany Stratton, paid off with her inclusion in the WrestleMania Women's Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet match. Tonight, she joins forces with Stratton against Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley, but with future Gauntlet opponents on both sides, this match is guaranteed to be volatile and unpredictable.
And their opponents. Representing Fatal Influence, they are the team of Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley.
Fatal Influence makes their way to the ring with confidence and purpose, looking to build momentum heading into WrestleMania. With Jacy Jayne set to compete in the Women's Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet match, She and Fallon Henley are determined to make a statement tonight. Tiffany Stratton and JC Jane kick things off for their teams, but it's Jane who strikes first and takes control of the early action. JC mounts the pressure with a relentless burst of offense, forcing Stratton onto the defensive right out of the gate. Stratton evades the incoming attack and springs back to her feet, snatching the momentum right back in her favor. She immediately returns the punishment to Jane, unloading with a sharp burst of offense to take control of the match. Stratton reaches for the tag, but Liv Morgan drops off the apron, refusing to get into the fight. With the Women's Intercontinental Championship on her mind and Stratton standing as another WrestleMania competitor, Morgan abandons her partner and leaves Stratton to battle alone in an unfair 2-on-1 situation. Fallon Henley and JC Jane take turns punishing Tiffany Stratton and use the numbers game to their full advantage. Stratton fights back with everything she has, but the relentless assault quickly overwhelms her as Fatal Influence keeps complete control. Jane looks ready to finish things off as she blasts Tiffany Stratton with a huge discus elbow strike and goes for the pin.
Here are your winners. Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence capitalizes on the numbers advantage and secures the win, despite Tiffany Stratton's valiant effort to overcome the odds after Liv Morgan abandoned her. With tensions rising and trust breaking down, the road to the Women's Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet match grows even more chaotic as WrestleMania draws near.
The following Championship Opportunity Tournament quarterfinal is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, representing the Brawling Crew. He is the Intercontinental Champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Intercontinental Champion Sheamus marches to the ring with his sights set on even greater gold, determined to advance in the tournament to earn another World Championship opportunity. The Celtic Warrior knows that a victory in this tournament brings him one step closer to the possibility of becoming a dominant double champion.
And his opponent. From New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest makes his way to the ring with redemption on his mind, determined to fight his way back to the World Heavyweight Championship. After his last reign was cut short by Finn Balor's betrayal, Priest sees this tournament as the path to reclaiming the opportunity that was taken from him. Damian Priest comes out fired up at the opening bell, taking the fight straight to Sheamus with aggressive offense. Damian Priest makes a costly mistake, giving Sheamus the opening he needs to retreat to ringside, regroup, and come roaring back into the fight. The veteran uses his experience to seize control, battering Priest with relentless offense and keeping him firmly on the defensive. Just as Sheamus appears to have the match firmly in hand, Obafemi's music hits, pulling the Celtic Warrior's attention to the stage as he waits for his rival to appear. But with no sign of Femi, the distraction opens the door for Damian Priest to recover and seize the advantage at the perfect moment. Priest plants Sheamus with the razor's edge and quickly hooks the leg, looking to put this match away.
Here is your winner, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest capitalizes on the costly distraction and secures the victory, advancing in the tournament with a hard-fought win. Despite the defeat, Sheamus receives a strong ovation from the crowd, only for Obafemi to storm out and ambush him from behind. The ruler plants the Intercontinental Champion with a devastating fall from grace, sending a brutal warning to Sheamus loud and clear.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is to determine the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the Second City Saint, CM Punk.
CM Punk makes his way to the ring with everything on the line, risking his hard-earned WrestleMania title opportunity for the chance to silence Seth Rollins once and for all. The Royal Rumble winner is determined to prove he is the rightful #1 contender and cement his path to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
And his opponent. From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, he is the visionary, Seth freakin' Rollins.
Seth Rollins heads to the ring full of confidence after surviving last week's grueling gauntlet match to earn this huge opportunity. With recent victories over both CM Punk and Gunther behind him, Rollins believes he has all the momentum needed to punch his ticket to WrestleMania and challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk comes out fired up with the opening bell, taking the fight straight to Seth with aggressive intent. The men's Royal Rumble winner is determined to prove he is the rightful #1 contender and earn his shot at Gunther at WrestleMania. But Rollins refuses to back down, battling back with a counter before locking Punk in a punishing submission hold as he looks to wear Punk down and prove he deserves that WrestleMania title opportunity. Punk breaks free of the hold and drops Rollins with a suplex. Rollins rolls out of the ring and Punk chases him to the outside. Rollins turns the tables with a counterattack and fires right back. Rollins drives Punk into the floor with a brutal pedigree at ringside, leaving both men laid out on the outside, exhausted after this grueling battle. Back inside the ring, Punk and Rollins trade counters in a tense back-and-forth exchange, each man desperately fighting to avoid taking any more damage. Rollins finds his opening and drills Punk with the curb stomp before hooking the leg. But Punk digs deep and kicks out at 2 to keep his WrestleMania hopes alive. Gunther storms the ring and wipes out both Punk and Rollins, forcing a no contest and throwing the road to the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania into chaos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.